The way I feel about these black petrels is why we need to preserve them is because how rare and special they are to us, you know.
So basically, when you put your hand in, of course you're not going to see anything, you're feeling around and the bird will basically chomp your finger. And the easiest thing is once he's chomped your finger is to twist your hand round and using your fingers and your thumb is to close his bill on your hand, on your finger, and then just slowly walk him out. Okay?
Right.
Sounds really easy, and it usually is. You should be able to look all the way back.
Oh yeah.
So there's a big fluffy chick or a big...
Yeah, it's a fluffy one.
Right, so then you just need to grab that guy out.
Want to test the bite out?
No. And yeah, it's like, whoops. I just need this foot. You keep that foot. And so the band just slides up and down nicely.
Very good.
Just don't be too casual with the head. Make sure you hold it because else he
might get a piercing.
He does, yeah. And you can see, you feel his belly. See how fat it is and full it is.
Yeah.
Water balloon we call them because that's parents just fill them up with squid and fish.
Half downy.
Half downy. Yep. Just make sure his wings go in with him. So when they're feeding chicks, a lot of their trips are a bit shorter. When they're incubating eggs, they can actually be gone for 18 days. It's usually 5 to 7 days as an incubation stint. Yeah. But what we've found in that early period, they do one short trip and then one long trip. So some males migrate, forage for 18 days our way and the female's sitting on the egg. And some of those go all the way to coast of Australia and things like that. So one went up to Fiji, and foraged off Fiji. We've got 2,000 breeding pairs here. This is it. They're the ones that show the trend in the health of the population. And apparently here on Great Barrier, that trend is showing a decline. Every single bird here in those breeding pairs is important. It's absolutely precious that we keep those birds protected and safe.
And what's the nostrils all about?
They help process salt, so they can drink salt water and excrete salt through the nose.
Really?
Yeah, that's how they do it.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
There.
They don't drink fresh water at all.
Yeah.
Just drink it at the sea. Yeah, it's awesome, eh? It's just incredible. And basically what happens is just this little dribble of stuff comes out.
Yeah.
And so but it's highly concentrated salt.
Right.
So, yeah.
What's in my mind when I'm setting the gear is I'm basically thinking I hope the crew are doing their job. Getting out of the seat and going back and making sure and drilling it into them, how important it is to mitigate, to adjust the toy line for the weather conditions, to put the heavy weights on. You're aware that birds diving, you need to stop them being interested, so you put a series of heavy weights on, get it down. They realise there's no tucker here and they'll carry on. The mindset is obviously not to catch them, and so you should be doing everything in your power. This trip, has made me realise how important it is, help preserve the species. It's our job to safeguard these birds. Yeah.
And all of us here fish have a role to play to make sure that our activities trying to catch a fish for our whānau don't impact on adult seabirds trying to catch fish for theirs. We all have a role to play. It's not hard. Seabird smart fishing is the thing to do, the Kiwi thing to do.